people who suffer severely from agoraphobia often get to the point where, because of their panics, they're housebound. They can't go outside their room. Now, they'd run away from their room or their house too if they could, but there's nowhere to run, so they're pretty much stuck being somewhere. You think, well, what do you do with them? And you say, well, the agoraphobic says, I can't go on elevators. And you say, okay, well, let's go try. You say, okay, well, there's the elevator. I say, how close can you get to the elevator? 20 feet, that's maximum. I said, well, okay, let's just go up to 20 feet there, and you let them stand there, and stand there, and stand there, and stand there, and stand there. Sooner or later, they get bored of being 20 feet from the elevator. Could you go 10 feet? No, I couldn't go 10 feet. That's too close. How about, could you go 3 more feet? Yeah, I think I could do that. So they go 3 more feet, and then you let them stand there. And they find out nothing terrible is happening sooner or later. And then they go another 3 feet, and then they go another 3 feet. And then they're like confronting the elevator. And then they're inside the elevator. But they're going like this. Because they don't want to look at the elevator, right? So you say, well, you got to look at the elevator, you got to look at the numbers, you got to look at the buttons. So they do that. And then you think, well, could we go up a floor? No, we couldn't go up a floor. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We'll just close the door, I'll put my hand in, it'll open again. Could you do that? Yeah, I could do that. Step by step. Sooner or later, and usually sooner, bang, they've gone up a floor, right? So then what happens? They go home and have a fight with their husband that's been brewing for like 15 years. Why? Well, it's not because the elevator is symbolically related to the fight. It has nothing to do with it. It's because what the person learns in the combat with the unknown, which just happens to be taking the guise of an elevator, is that they can confront things that frighten them without being destroyed by the confrontation. And so what you see immediately is that, man, you know, you take that person out and you teach them they can go in the elevator, and right off the bat they're going to shopping malls, they're in taxis, they're back in the subway, and they're standing up for themselves at home. Generalization. Why? Because they didn't learn that the elevator wasn't frightening. That isn't what they learned. They learned that despite the fact that the elevator was as terrifying as anything they've ever encountered, they were actually up to the challenge. And now that's a really useful thing to teach someone.